Hi, my name is Ajay. I'm a musician and pianist and teacher. I used to have a website, but I'm taking it down. I'm documenting all my blogs on the website in this video playlist. Enjoy. In the last video, I spoke briefly about my first music teacher, Garje sir, and he was like 2 lanes next to me. I had to walk for 10 minutes to reach to his place. There was a 1 hour lesson I used to walk back. He was a colleague of my dad at Telco or Tata Motors, and he was retired and he was teaching kids. He used to teach violin, guitar, mandolin, keyboard, and everyone had the same syllabus. So this is my blog about his teaching methods and how I got introduced to him. I have some criticisms as well. So let's discuss all that. What I learned from my first music teacher. So again, I attended my friend's birthday party when I was 11, and he had gotten a violin. He had just started violin lessons. His mother gifted him a violin, and he was practicing. And because I was just staying one floor below, I could hear it every time. So I was also very intrigued. So I thought I should also learn the violin. And my parents happily signed me up for that. My sister also wanted to learn a musical instrument, so she picked up the guitar. I picked up the violin, and we started playing. And yeah, he could play many instruments: keyboard, violin, mandolin, sarod, guitar, and he enjoyed demonstrating them. He was very friendly that way. And yeah, so different things that I learned from him. The green things are positive things that I remember, and the red things are some things I don't agree with. So learning about ragas, the syllabus consisted of note exercises, learning ragas and songs based on those ragas. I learned a particular raga. That I learned that one raga sounds happy, the other one sounds sad. Many different instruments, and I got introduced to Indian classical music, the basics of it at least. So that was one good thing. The second one was oral skills that I spoke about in my last video as well. Since I had to constantly listen to the raga notes, I was learning them. When it was being taught to other students, I was listening to them again. My oral skills became really sharp. I could identify intervals and get tunes rather quickly. I also picked up rhythmic patterns that my sister learnt on the guitar. Dada, dida, dida. I don't know if that's a thing or that's his method, but it was like ta ta ti ti ta, a way of expressing rhythmic elements on the guitar. The third thing is something that I do not agree with: one syllabus for all. Yeah, so 3 books, challenging stuff, but everyone had the same syllabus, which it doesn't work because each musical instrument has its own technical requirements. I don't think it was his aim in life to design different syllabi for different instruments, but just something that I had to point out. Yeah, see, synthesizer, guitar, etc., etc. Some strong opinions. Yeah, he was very strongly opinionated. I remember an incident where a person had come for inquiry. He wanted to learn guitar chords, and he was like, I don't teach all that, get lost. And then he started ridiculing him in front of us even after he had left. So that was funny. We did not know any better that time. So, but looking back at it now, it was a little strange. I never tell my students what like I try not to ridicule any other musical ideas or genres. Kids watch how you speak, how you deal with situations. So it is very important to passively imbibe values that encourage thinking creatively. So sorry, encourage thinking, creativity, and inclusivity. I agree. Next point that I don't remember very fondly was no improvisation. Although it was Indian classical music, uh, I was too young to venture out in the world of improvisation, maybe. I wish I could have gotten a little exposure to this activity of improvisation early in my music learning. Now I regularly ask my students to improvise over a concept to make them understand it better, and it works. A link to Tune Factory. Uh, yeah, so no improvisation was being taught over there. It's fine. Next one, group classes. Group classes consisted of the teacher going around the same small room and listening to 3 to 5 students playing mostly different instruments, different things, and this thing kind of felt more like a business decision than a musical one. Of course, he was not out to, I mean, it was just like a pastime for him, I feel. He was a retired person, right? A group class is good in some ways. It opens a lot of avenues in teaching: musical discussions, how to practice, learning theory, history, composing, etc., quizzes, improvisations. But this potential was not fully utilized because it was not his aim, I guess. But anyway, I hope he is doing well. limited scope for discussions. Earlier today, I looked at my music booklets. In addition to the common material, I found some supplementary sheets that were very interesting. They were beautifully handwritten by the teacher. It was given to my sister, who was doing much better than I was in the music class. I wish we had discussed those concepts during class. Having discussions is really important. It makes a student think and express themselves. Yeah, there was no, like, he never spoke to us as equals. uh, I tried to do that as much as possible in my lessons, but there was no scope for discussions in those lessons. There was good material that he could have discussed, but that never happened. Anyway, a good thing finally. Even though I stopped lessons after 6 months, my musical journey had just begun. It would be 3 more years until I started learning music again on a keyboard. That's a story for another time. And there's a Excel sheet. I don't know why this uh, chart I have made, but I was just learning Excel, right? So I was. My point is, most of my experiences were good experiences. So I guess that is what the chart is trying to tell me. This chart is used in stocks mostly.